Just down in the tunnel now, Neal joining us. You must be a very happy man with that.
Yeah, obviously last few days just watching the telly's been a bit manic for us, but yeah, we had a job to do, so to turn up, keep the focus and do the job the way we did, I'm delighted.
How pleased were you with the way you were able to do that and the professional nature that you went about that performance?
Yeah, I thought we started really well and we looked like the team that was likely to score. And then we just sort of started giving up a bit of ground in midfield and, again, we got the flexibility. We just switched things a little bit like we did the other night and just put the extra man in midfield and the extra man up and played them a bit higher and we got control of the game again.
How much of a challenge was it to keep the focus and plan and prepare for this game, what with everything that's been surrounding it?
It's never easy. It's never easy because... at times like this, sometimes football, becomes secondary. I know it's our job, but the world is going through an extremely tough time at the moment. So it's never easy to keep that focus. But as soon as the game was on, we got that focus. We got our heads down, and like I say, put in a really good performance.
Were you surprised that the game was on?
I don't know. I really don't know. I didn't know what to expect. When I saw that the Premier League games were called off, I thought, well, there's a chance. But obviously, they'd made that decision on the back of some managers and players, showing symptoms. So I think at that point, I was 50-50. I really didn't know.
From your perspective, and we'll get back to the football in a moment, I promise, but from your perspective, did you think it should have gone ahead? Did you think we should have been here today?
I think my personal opinion, I haven't got a clear enough opinion to give you it. I think what I do know is that the club have done everything right as far as precautions and wearing gloves on the turnstiles, cleaning the place thoroughly. We've taken our role seriously. I think we're governed by the league, and the league have taken advice from people higher up with more knowledge of all of the situation than I've got. So if they tell us that that's it, we need a break now, then we'll abide by that just as much as we have today playing.
So how, with that in mind, then, do you get your players ready for Torquay on Tuesday?
We do. We just had a chat in there. We just said we have to keep the mindset. We turn up for training Monday. We're ready to go. And like I say, if the powers that be decide that a different course of action's needed at this time, then we'll respect that and we'll adjust accordingly.
Seems like a happy camp in there at the moment.
They're buzzing, and what's really good is, I know people have talked about squad rotation and stuff like that, but what's really good is I can only squad rotate if I've got a group of players who are fit, strong and really at it. And that's what I feel like I've got. Whether I bring on during that game Jim O'Brien or Tom Crawford, I know I'm going to get the same things, different qualities from the players, but the determination and the attitude's fantastic. Whether it's Wes or Christian or Kyle, everybody's got this bit between their teeth, and whether they're in the squad, people like Shields in that are training superbly and they can't even get in the squad at the moment, and they need to stay at it because you never know what's going to happen.
Well, you see how Wes Thomas comes on there at the end. He's fighting and scrapping almost literally for every ball at the end. That is a man that knows that he's got to fight for his place when the guys who might be higher than him in the pecking order right now are banging in goals like they are.
Yeah, and it's full-back areas. Brins comes in. Last two games Brins has played, he's been outstanding. Last two games Dion's played, he's been outstanding. Damien's been excellent. Joel Bagan's coming in, been excellent. So that's where we are at the moment. Everybody's pushing each other, and like I say, I think the players see the bigger picture, and I think they feel that they really want to achieve something, and that's good.
The 4 changes today look like rotation apart from Damien McCoy, but that's just a minor thing, right?
Yeah, Damien's, he'd had 2 games after his injury. His thigh was a little bit tight after Tuesday night, so I just made that judgment call. I've got to trust Joel. He was excellent last week, freshening him up. We don't want an 18-year-old having to do Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. We're not sure his body's ready, and he was excellent today as well.
Well done for your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Neal, how difficult is it to sort of try and maintain focus over the past couple of days with everything that's been going on?
Yeah, it has been difficult, mainly because I'm a caring human being that's, sincerely worried about what's going on in the world, and it's something I don't think we'll ever see in our lifetimes again. I hope we never see in our lifetimes again, and it's obviously very serious. So, watching it unfold is quite shaky for everybody, family and friends, and quite worrying. So, you kind of stop thinking about how you're going to win a game of football and start thinking about, generally life as it is.
Have the players showed any concerns at all? Have they come to you with any concerns about the situation?
No, we've had some discussions. I think the elephant in the room sometimes is to talk about these things. We've had discussions about, what we're reading, what we're seeing, but it's kind of been a balance of getting our heads around doing our jobs and also respecting what's going on around the world and making sure that we do our part. The washing of the hands and reporting what we said to our players is, if anybody feels any symptoms at all, you phone in and you don't come in. And the beauty of our squad at the moment is even players who aren't even in the squad can't even get to travel in the squad. They're turning up every day. And so far, touch wood, we haven't had that. But if we do, then obviously we'll take all the necessary precautions.
Are you expecting Tuesday's game to go ahead? Do you think it will go ahead?
I don't know. I think we're all guessing and all surmising, so it's a really difficult one. Obviously, we're reading on the news the government's plans. So I think if the government do follow through with that, then the league will probably take the advice and pass it down. So I don't know. We'll turn up Monday and we'll get ready for a game. And if the game's called off and things happen further down the line, then we'll make sure we do the right thing by society.
On to the football. What pleased you most about the performance today?
There was lots. I thought we lost our way for 10 or 15 minutes in the first half, and we knew they'd have a threat from set plays and stuff. So I thought we just got a little bit open in midfield, a little bit deep at the back, and so we just switched it around, which is tactical flexibility we've got. We just switched it around, pushed Callum higher, Enzio back in, and played with the three. And then I thought we got control of the game again, and we scored some good goals.
Was that your best home performance of the season?
I don't know. I thought it was, an early goal always settles you down. I think the goals come at good times. I think the first goal comes at a good time, settles us down. The second goal comes early in the second half, and I think that put us at ease that, we had got control of the game. And then obviously once you've got the third, the game's sort of dead and buried. So I don't know if it was our best, but certainly at the stage and with everything we've been going through, we're delighted with it.
Callum Roberts, I know he came off in the second half. What was wrong with him? Is it anything serious?
We don't think so. You never know with these things. He took a corner and I think his standing leg, he just felt a pinch in it as he swung the corner in.
Muscular?
No, around his knee area. And he just said he just felt it click and stiffen a little bit. So we got some ice on it straight away and got him off. We was planning on bringing him off at that point anyway. So so hopefully it's just nothing major.
If there is a break to be coming, how crucial was it that you got the win today? Because we don't know how long a break could potentially be for.
Yeah, it's always crucial to get a win because, like I say, that 46 game target, when you miss out on chances of getting points, and we knew the 2 home games would be that, when you miss out on them, they're hard to get back later in the season. So it puts us in good stead for anything that's about to come, whether we play Saturday, Tuesday this week, or whether we end up having to have an enforced break. We'll try and do everything right, both in a professional football way and for society and health reasons.
How pleased were you with the quality of the goals that you scored today as well? I mean, some of the moves that led up to them was excellent to watch.
Yeah, and I just thought, again, the goals come from a lot of it's the work off the ball, running without the ball. We pass the feet a lot of the time, but we've just tried to get a little bit more into our game, the breaking lines, and some of the patterns we actually work on within this shape. Was the I think it was the second or third goal with Carl's. I think it was the third with the winger coming short or the front three coming short and the midfielder going beyond, and Rosie got in and picked out a great pass and finish.
I mean, it's one of those games where it's difficult to pick out the man of the match, really.
I'll leave that to you guys. I never have a man of the match. That's for you guys to do in your tweets.